Hello everyone. I want to show you how to use SoftChalk. SoftChalk is an e-learning tool that can be used to create easy to follow lessons. What I like about SoftChalk is you can embed different things into SoftChalk, videos, you can add hyperlinks for articles, you can even add quizzes and other assignments. So this is the lesson template that I use for SoftChalk. You can even use it just to create a lesson in any LMS that you have. So page 1, week number, name of week, describe the weekly material. You can use Bloom's taxonomy keywords to describe the material that will be presented. And then by the end of the week, you can explain what students will learn and state which course learning objectives those points correspond to. And then I just include a sentence stating what the module contains or the weekly lesson. And please view all the pages in the week number module, whatever week number it is. You could even just say week lesson, week number lesson, or week 2 lesson. And I include a table including the assignment, number of points, and due date. And then I add the weekly learning objectives to each assignment, and I do that later on the last page. Page 2, I include a weekly recording. So it's an introduction recording explaining what students will complete that week and going through the lesson for that week and showing them everything that they can do. So the optional videos, the articles, and then the lecture recordings. And then I include office hours, date, time, and then I include a link to the office hours. Page 4, I include the weekly lecture, that's the recording. And depending on the type of recording, you can actually embed the lecture directly into SoftChalk if it's a VoiceThread lecture. If it's a Zoom lecture, you can just include a hyperlink for the Zoom lecture. And then I also include the PowerPoint that corresponds to the lecture. Page 5, I include other resources such as articles, and page 6, I include YouTube videos, and then for each YouTube video, I include a description and a duration. And then page 7, this is where I include the lecture assignments, and I state which weekly learning objectives the assignments correspond to. So that's the template for the weekly lessons. Then I add everything to SoftChalk. So this is SoftChalk. You can see that I've just created a lesson. It really just depends on what the subject matter is. I followed that same template. You can see that I have the description there by the end of the week. I included all the bullet points and then what course learning objectives those correspond to. And then I have the table here. You can just include points and a due date and the weekly introduction video. I have office hours, so just you can decide what day and time. Then I include a link to the Zoom office hours. Then I just included a lecture. So I have the pathogens lecture, and then I'm just going to add the YouTube link here. You can include the Zoom link. I actually am going to include the YouTube link just because the Zoom recordings, they are deleted after a certain period of time, but if you upload all of your recordings into YouTube, you can just use that link. I've included the PowerPoints here and then some videos. You see right below the videos, I've included a description of the video, including a duration, and then you can see more videos. And then I've included articles, several articles, and I've included some other videos here. And then I've included website resources. Another thing I want to mention is I didn't include the weekly learning objectives here because students don't have an actual assignment, but you can correspond the weekly learning objectives to the lecture recordings. So I just want to go over some other things. So you can see this is SoftChalk. You can see this Save tab right here. You can click that to save your lesson. You can zoom um, in on your lesson, this tab right here. The next tab is Undo. You can see Redo, Cut, and Copy, Paste, and then I don't use this. This is Lesson Properties. You can add an image. So if you click that, you can choose an image from an online source, or you can choose it from your computer and just add it to your lesson. It may be beneficial to add some images just to make the lesson more colorful. You can also include media, a hyperlink. So, for example, if you teach a history course and you want to include an article about the Civil War, I've researched that and I found an article about the Civil War. It's basically a brief overview of the American Civil War. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the link and then I'm going to go into SoftChalk and I'm going to, so for example, if you have a history course, I'm just going to type a brief history of the Civil War article. And then I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to select the link tab, and then I'm going to paste the URL, and then destination link title, I can say Civil War. And now when you click that, it takes you to this article. You can see that you can also embed a video. So I've also found a video explaining the Civil War. So this is the YouTube video here. So what I want to do is I want to obtain the embed code. So you can see this is a URL here. You select embed. This is the embed code. I'm going to copy the embed code. And then to embed the video into SoftChalk, I just select the web widget right here and name a video Civil War. You can add to that. And then widget HTML, that is the embed code. And I'm going to paste it and select OK. And you can see this is the Civil War video. You can also add a table directly into your lesson. You can bookmark it. I also like to basically add a line to whatever title I have. So you can see this says Week 9 Pathogens. I'm going to add a horizontal line just to make sure that everybody knows that's the title of the lesson. You can also add special characters. You can see right here all the special characters. I also like to add page breaks. So for example, if the article in the video, that's one page, I just click right below the video and I select this tab right here where it says page break. And that actually makes from week 9 pathogens to after the video, that's one full page. And then I don't use this feature, but you can add an activity. So you can add many fun activities. That's another benefit of SoftChalk is you can add all of the activities directly into the lesson. You can also add quizzes directly into the lesson. So you can see quiz popper. These are all the different types of quizzes. So you can add essay questions, feedback questions, and so on. So this is the quiz group tab. I don't use the activity tab and the quiz tab just because I like to tell students where to find the activity on the LMS. So for example, if I'm using Blackboard, I will say I will include one page for the activity and I will say go to Blackboard course content and select this activity just because I know with Blackboard that once they complete the activity, the grade will be posted in the grade book, and I don't know if that would occur with SoftChalk. So I like to make sure I redirect them to Blackboard to complete any quizzes or activities. But you can also embed it directly into SoftChalk by using the activity tab and the quiz tab. You can see also these are some features for math courses. So you can see the equation tab. You can also remove the format using this tab. And you can see all the other tabs here. Bold, italic, underline. You can change the size, the font. You can change the color. So all these are just typical tabs, bullet points. You can see you can center your information, align it left, align it right. So after you complete your SoftChalk lesson, the next thing that you want to do is just make sure everything is functioning properly. So this is actually what the lesson looks like. So you can see week 9, pathogens. I've included all of this information. That's page 1. Page 2, and then students can just select which page they want to be directed to. And you can see page 6 includes the videos and articles. The next thing that you can do is you can choose the hyperlink. So what I usually do is I copy this hyperlink and I add it to the LMS so that when students click the hyperlink, they're directed to SoftChalk. That is more beneficial for me because I can keep editing the lesson as long as my SoftChalk license is active. I can keep editing the lesson and students can see the edits in real time. You can also download the lesson. It's best to use SoftChalk Cloud to download the lesson. You can also obtain this embed code and you can embed the lesson directly into your LMS. So it's really up to you what you want to do, what fits your LMS best and what you think would be best for your course. And I think that is it. SoftChalk is a great tool. I like it because I can create lessons and it's not something I have to teach the students how to do or how to use. I create the lessons and then they just follow or they click through the pages and then they follow along. It's also keeps everything very organized and structured and you can use the same template for each week. So everything is consistent.